So.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How is everyone? My name is Dr. Hapi. Now, most of you all have heard this word happy. And is that a happy word or a sad word?
Oh, it's a happy word.
It's one of the best, right? Because we would always want to be above all things happy. But my name is spelled differently. It's only one P instead of two. H-A-P-I. And it's pronounced Happy. Not just a little happy, but a whole lot of happy. Happy. Let me hear y'all say it. Doctor. Happy. 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 Yeah, you gotta feel it. You gotta feel it. Like you just won the card game. That's how you gotta feel it. All right. So, to give you a little background, I am a doctor, and I have 3 different PhDs from 3 different universities. And so what this knowledge taught me, it taught me how to help people get healthier. Now, to give you some background before then, when I was very young, at about 20 years old, I developed a condition that was life-threatening. The condition was called sarcoidosis. Have you all ever heard of this condition?
Yes.
Who you know has this condition, sarcoidosis? All right, she gets an A. She gets an A. Bernie Mac. Now, where's Bernie Mac? He died. He died at 50 years old. Did he look sick before he died? His last movie, Charlie's Angels. Did he look sick? No. But he was developing the sickness of the lungs. And what happened, I was diagnosed with the same condition when I was 20. The doctor said, I got good news and bad news for you. Which one do you want first? Which one do you all want first? Which one do you want? We want me to tell you that he said first. Which one? The good news or the bad news? The bad news, he said, I have an incurable disease. There is no medicine that's going to cure me. And that I will be dead, guaranteed, between 30 and 50 years old. I will be dead. Do I sound dead to you all?
No.
So what happened, it forced me to start looking at what I was consuming, what I was eating and drinking, because I wanted to become a connoisseur of all the different cultures' food. I wanted to eat the food from every culture. And so they call that a connoisseur. So when I was 20, I started out with soul food. And then as I started making some money, I went to the Mexican food. Now, what is there in the Mexican food that they got a lot of?
Spices.
Cheese.
Oh, cheese.
Cheese is in most of their dishes. And so the Mexicans tend to have a little puffy around here because they eat too much of the cheese because it's in all their dishes. And it was the cheese that got me in trouble because 2 days before I was diagnosed, I was over here on the north side in this area called Rush Street. You all know where that is. Right down the street on Division. And there's a spot down there called Uno Pizza Joint. So I went up in there. I had just met my honey. She was taking me on a date. And she said, I'm going to treat you to the date. And so she took us to Rush Street. And we went into Uno's and she said, what do you want? So I had never had a deep pan pizza. You all ever had a deep pan? That means it's about 4 or 5 pizzas. There's so much cheese.
Yes, it is.
And so anyway, she ate a little bit. Guess who ate the rest? Mikey. She calls me Mikey after that, because I can knock off the whole thing. But 48 hours later, I couldn't breathe. I couldn't even do this. I couldn't pull my breath at all. And so the doctor said, the only thing we have for you is prednisone. How many of you have heard of prednisone? Well, if you know about prednisone, you know you can't keep taking it all the time because it'll swell up your face, it'll swell you up. But short time, you can take it for inflammation. So when you have the sarcoidosis, your lungs become so damaged, you cry to breathe. That every time you inhale, you're in so much pain, you're crying to breathe because there's so much pain. So I had to learn a lot. So there was this one doctor, he would ask me when I come see him, he'd say, what are you eating? Then he would say, what are you drinking? And I would tell him, and he said, So he started explaining and educating to me what these foods do to my chemistry and helped to give me the health problems that I had developed. And so from there, I got very serious about my health. And I started really working with my health, eating better, drinking better. Guess how well I can breathe now? Take a guess. I can breathe better than the best athlete you ever saw play sport. In fact, one of my clients, he played with the Bears, big fella. And I took him through this program of this breathing, and by the next year, he was so improved, he was picked up by the 49ers. Now, who played with the 49ers back in the day? Jerry who? Rice. So this particular athlete flew me down to Miami and had me to work on Jerry Rice and help them win a Super Bowl because I took them through the special breathing. And it made their bodies work so much better that they won the Super Bowl. So anyway, this particular presentation, we're going to be talking about some substance that you all are already consuming but might be contributing to your health problems. So what we're going to be talking about is water. Do everybody drink water every day? Water is supposed to be good for us, right?
Yeah.
And how much do we drink? Are we drinking enough? Because if we drink enough, and if the food that we're eating is healthier, our bodies will be like they were when we were 20 and 30. Right now, my body is the same size when I was 20, before I started eating all that food from the different cultures. Now, when I ate all the food from the different cultures, I gained 100 pounds. Do it look like I got 100 extra pounds on me now?
No.
Because I lost it. And that was in the 20s, and it has stayed off ever since. So this particular work I'm going to share with you is going to be very, very informative. So if we look at this, this is a sign. It's a picture of colors. And we're going to break that down. Now, this is Ann. This is Ann Cartman right here. She's my assistant.
Hi there. Hello.
And she drinks what water we call the super water. Now, if you want to be healthy, should you need something super to help you get healthy? If you want to be healthy. Because if it's not super, if it's just regular, and you're getting unhealthy, regular is not bringing you to more healthy because you're getting less healthy. So you need an aid to get healthier. So that's where this water comes in, because it is the most important thing we got to have above all other substances is water. So this right here, we're going to start out talking about this particular kind of water. Now this water comes from a machine. This water comes from a machine. So how many of you all remember when we had the World War II and the atomic bombs, when they dropped the bombs on Japan? How many of you all remember that? How many of you all remember that? Did you all know this? That they dropped some bombs on Japan? And they killed millions of people. We know this, right? Okay. That's right. When were you born? In 45 or what?
No, I was born in 50.
In 50, so it's right in that area.
Yeah.
That's right, so you know about it. So, but what they don't tell us is that when these bombs were dropped and all this pollution of this radiation was in the air, that it killed millions of people and their water was destroyed. Their land was destroyed. They could not grow food, nor could they drink that water. Millions of Japanese had died. Millions were in the hospital. And so the Japanese, their scientists went around the world to discover where is the best water to restore these people, because they're all sick with the radiation, breathing the radiation, all sick, dying. And what they discovered that were in certain places, the water was so healthy that the 80-year-olds were climbing the mountains. The 80 and the 90-year-olds were climbing the mountains like the 30-year-olds. And so they came back to Japan and they created a machine that could create that super water from the water of your sink. And so that is the water that I had been drinking to restore my health. So now I'm 75, and this is how I could breathe at first. I could only do this. Did y'all hear the breath? It was that weak. This is what happened to Bernie Mac. His breath became so weak that it took his life. Now here's my breath now. Now, I inhale, I exhale, I inhale.
So if you've been drinking more water.
Now, was that breath a little longer? Now, was it as long as any of you all breath? Did you all breathe that long?
No.
Probably not.
Well, you haven't had the super water either, right?
No.
So should you be drinking some super water to get super breath? If super breath is what gives us life, breath is what gives us life. So if you got super breath, you'll have what? Super life. We call it super well. So anyway, this water is a special kind of water that comes from the machine. We're going to let you taste it. This water, when you cook with it, all your foods taste better. In fact, we're going to give you a sample of a tomato in this water. When you take the tomato out this water and you taste it, the tomato is sweeter with this water. Any food you cook is going to be healthier. And so this is the water that we're looking to possibly be able to let you all get up on. To be able to drink this super water so it can start helping you get healthier. Now this machine, it creates 7 different kinds of waters. And the main water that we look at is called Kangen water. They call it Kangen. It means to bring to life. So this is what the Japanese created. Now, when the Japanese created this water, first the water was in their hospitals for the sick people who had the radiation. And then they created another water where the radiation was burning your skin. This water would heal your skin up. They created another water, they called it tonic water. This is the water that when you're at the spa, you all know about the spa? It's a tone, it's a water, feel my skin, feel that. It's a water that makes your skin softer as you get older. You can tell, you can see? This is the water that we drink that make us healthier and healthier. And then there's another water, it kills bacteria in 3 seconds. You take it in the kitchen and you clean up in the kitchen and it kills all the microbes. Now, are we being consumed with some microbes right through here? Are we having problems with COVID and some other bugs, some other microbes that's challenging our health? So to have a water that can kill those microbes, you wash the air and in 1 second it then kill the microbes. Kill the microbes. So this machine creates 7 kinds of waters. But the alkaline water is the water that we're looking at the most. The alkaline ionized water. Now there is some water out here that you could go to the grocery store called alkaline. How many of us have heard of alkaline water? They're starting to show up at the grocery store. Well, the problem with this water is that alkalized water gives you a certain pH, which is better than the regular water. But the water that the Japanese created in the machine creates something called oxidative reduction potential. Well, what do that mean? It means when you drink this water, This water will flush the acid out of your body and will help to keep your cells healthier so that your body can stay healthier longer and better.
So acid and mucus and.
All of that. All of that's in your body because it's too acidic.
Exactly.
And the acidity creates the environment for weak lungs so the COVID can come and get you. So that's why we got to get the water to get the acid out of the body so that the elders can be more vital like me so that we'll be the last one standing.
I know.
Do you all want to be the last
I
one
know.
standing? Or you? Okay.
I
So
know
we
that.
want to be so vital so when the COVID comes, we say, you're in the wrong place because everybody over here got the super water. You can just keep going somewhere else because we all vitaled up. So this particular water, this oxidative reduction potential, it creates a negative hydrogen. Water is like H2O, but all the other waters have a positive charge. This particular water has a negative charge, which means it pushes the acid out of your body. And when it pushes the acid out of your body, it uplifts the oxygen so that your heart can get more oxygen. Now, if your heart got more oxygen, you have less high blood pressure. The reason people are getting high blood pressure, they're breathing so weak, the heart has to overwork to get oxygen. So when they drink this water, it helps to bring more oxygen into the blood, up to the heart, so their bodies can work better. So this particular water has been around over 12 years. Now, another thing this water is good for is arthritis. How many of you all know somebody might have some stiffness? Now, my wife, when we got into this, my wife, she's about 80. Now, if you see her stroll through here and she be moving like this, you say, who is that young honey? Now, if you didn't see her hair, you'd be like, she about 35. She hanging with that old man. She about 35. No, my wife is a cougar. Y'all know what a cougar is? Yeah. That's someone who has a younger man. I'm 75. She's 80. When we were younger, she was 20, 24. I was 21. She was 25. But the thing is, now she looks younger than me. So would you rather be with somebody moving like this or somebody moving with a walker? Which one? If you got a man, he with a walker, you want to be with him and you got to take care of him and everything, and you say, come on, Joe. Right? So it's up to the women to help keep them being healthy. But we got to steer them in the right direction because you know how hard-headed they are. They want to eat what they want to eat, but we got to get them. That's why the water is more important because it flushes out the stuff they're eating that will be helping to break them down faster. All right. So now, this particular water, this water here, when you drink it, you can taste it. As soon as you drink it, it starts uplifting your oxygen. Did you hear how long I could breathe? What you think? Was that a short breath or long breath? And this is what we're saying. As you start working on getting your body healthier, God started restoring you. He started repairing you. He started rebuilding you. He started giving you more vitality, more health than you even think you could get. And that's what we did with the elders over here. And that's what we did with the elders on the south side. And that's what we're doing with the elders on the west side. Well, this was a good question. She said this is the first time she heard of it. Had you all heard of this water before? The super water?
I've heard of alkaline water.
Right.
As a matter of fact, I was drinking it for a while, but I just stopped drinking it and went back to regular. But there is a benefit.
Right, there's a benefit. But the alkaline water does not have the oxidative reduction potential.
Okay.
And that's what's going to get the acid out of your body that's causing your organs to break down, causing you to get the diabetes, causing your kidneys to start having problems, causing your heart to start having problems, causing you to start getting arthritis. So now this particular water, you have to have this water in a certain container. Because now what we found out, in these containers, like here, you see this bottle right here? You see this bottle right here? Now I want you all to tell me if you hear a sound when I do this. Do you all hear that sound? That sound is allowing the plastic to leach. The plastic microparticles are dropping into the water. Every time you hear that, that's plastic breaking off into the water. The problem is that this particular plastic has a chemical in it called bisphenol A. Have we heard of this chemical called bisphenol A? Have you all heard of this chemical called bisphenol A? Well, this chemical is in these bottles that you're drinking. In Canada, they have banned the bottle, this bottle, because they found cancer in women's breasts and in men's prostate from this bottle of the bisphenol A. It's a chemical called bisphenol A that makes up this bottle.
Inside the plastic?
Within the plastic, the bisphenol A is within the plastic.
So that's why you're not allowed to drink the water after sitting in the sun because something comes out of the plastic? Is that?
Yes, the sun is heating it up, but the bottle could be in the warehouse that's hot.
Absolutely.
The bottle could be anywhere that's hot, and it's releasing the bisphenol A, and now we know the bisphenol A helps to give us cancer. Now, how many brothers you know that you've been going to their funerals from prostate cancer, colon cancer? How many sisters you know you've been going to their funerals from breast cancer? And we would always ask the question, where is the cancer coming from? Where is it coming from? Well, it's coming from chemicals that are in our environment that no one told us about that's in there. If no one told you that the bisphenol A is in these bottles and you're drinking these bottles all the time thinking they're healthy, that would be like not being informed about cigarettes. Remember when before people were informed about cigarettes and everybody was smoking? And then they put on the side of the pack, cigarettes may be what? Dangerous to your health. And what did we see? We see the public not smoking the cigarettes as much because you could even get secondary smoke. You could be around somebody else smoking, you could get secondary smoke, and you could get cancer from secondary smoke. Happened to my brother. He was a DJ in the clubs. Did they smoke in the clubs back in the day? He got cancer from the cigarettes, smoking. This is what I'm saying. So this particular bisphenol A, guess what else it's in? Not just these bottles. It's in all the canned food that you all are eating. Did you know that? Did you know you have a chemical in the can? It's in the lining. In the lining of the can, and the chemical is called epoxy. Epoxy is the chemical name because it's like this plastic is made from gasoline. That's what plastic is made from. So that chemical, you're consuming it in your eating and in your food that you're preparing, that you're getting all the chemicals of the bisphenol A that's heading you toward cancer. Now, how many of you all want to get some cancer? I don't think I'm going to get no hand raises there. So if we don't want to get cancer.
I'll say this to you. My youngest brother died of cancer of the lung, but he never smoked a day in his life.
You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I did smoke. I smoked Cools. I stopped it immediately when I got diagnosed with the sarcoidosis. Now we're going to let you all taste this super water, and we're going to give a demonstration of the super water. Okay? Are there any questions so far? Okay. All right. Now, can you all see over there? Because I'm getting ready to show you some stuff. You can see on the table. Okay. All right. So here, this is a solution that will show us the color of this water. And the color is telling us about the pH. So what color do you think we should be looking for? According to the on the other side. Is it on the other side? This here. According to this, I want you to pass this around. Which color do it says looks the healthiest for you? What color? Okay, this is the color that's the best. If the water is this color, you can get healthy. This is the color we should see that the water creates. It's a purple color. That color is purple. Right? So these are the different colors. If the color is down here, this will make you sick. The colors up here, it helps you be well. Okay? So we're going to see what colors these waters show up. Now, one water came from the faucet. One water came from this bottle. And then one water right here, we're going to see. So that came from the container. So here. Okay, now we got three different colors. Which color looks closer to purple? The one on the left or the right? So this is the water we should be drinking, because this water and this water make us sick. Now let's see what color, when you saw that chart, what color right here this is, right there. What color does that say? Look here, what color does that say? What color does that look like that match up to? It's a yellow. It's yellow.
Yeah, it's yellow.
What's the number? 5. We want the number to be 9.5. This is what the more vital water. This is water we're drinking that's showing this color. This is the color saying the water is not going to keep you well, because this is what we call a low pH, and your body thrives on a high pH. Your body, your cells thrive on a high pH. So now let's look at this again. We said here, let's see if this do it again. We put this in there. Okay, what color is that showing again?
Yellow.
So should we be drinking that water?
No.
If that water's in those bottles, and those bottles have bisphenol A in there, and bisphenol A can give us cancer, it would be like you driving down the street, you're on the expressway, and there's a one-way down, and it should be a sign saying, don't come up this way. But they didn't put the sign there. So you go up that way and the car kills you. This is like what it is of us not knowing what's in these bottles, not knowing what's in the cans, and eating it, and then we get the cancer and we say, well, where did it come from? Well, we want to know where it comes from. Because if we're eating the best and drinking the best, God can give us a greater health of high quality. How high do we want the quality to be? Do we want to be, when we get 80, we want to be in a wheelchair, we want to be all crippled walking around, or we want to be moving like this? See you later, baby. Now, that word, see you later, baby, that came from one of my elders on the south side. She was on a cane when I first started working with her. She was moving slow like this. Her and my other elder, they were 83 and 84, and they was moving like this on the cane. And so I came in at the Croc Center on 119th Street. I started teaching and working with them, getting them into the super ward and all that. And as she got better, this is how she walks now. See you later, baby. This is how she walks now. See you later, baby. Now, she was the last one in the class. These two were the worst in the class. And now they became some of the best in the class. They inspired all the other students, and we had anywhere from 50 to 70 students twice a week coming into our classes. Same thing here on the north side when we were over here. We were teaching the elders to get greater quality of life in the last of one days where one could have the greatest life. And so she gave me a card. It was a thank you card. On this card, there was a T-model Ford. You all know what a T-model Ford is. That's an old car that's in great shape with bicycle tires, with the convertible. She gave me this card and said, thank you for restoring a T-model Ford. Saying that's how vital she is now. Because we introduced her to the water, she changed the water she was drinking. We introduced her to the foods, she started eating foods from the garden And all of these elders started getting better and better. They started coming outside in the wintertime, standing up under the building, getting the sun rays on them. And then they would come up on the 16th floor. One of our elders was 94. She was on a cane. She would come up on the elevator. She would be moving like this. We put her in the program. She got up off the cane. Her strength of her legs came strong again because we educated and they started following it and they got healthier because who's giving us health? God is. Who's giving us the breath? God is. So this is the water we should be drinking. So now we're going to give you a taste of this water. Now, who want to be the guinea pigs? Or who want to be the participants? Now, one of these tomatoes are going to be in good water. Yes, I'll let you be. I need 2 participants now. Now, the people on the front row, they always get selected. See, now my guy over here, because he's a card player, I say, you go get some better help. He said, am I going to get some money? I say, how about some good tasting tomatoes? That's what we're going to get, some good tasting tomatoes. See, I love it. I love it. I can't wait to get y'all healthy. I can't wait for y'all to say, okay, Dr. Hapi, see you later, baby. I can't wait for y'all to get healthy. Now, if I help get y'all healthy, will y'all tell everybody else in the building?
Of course.
Because I don't want y'all to be healthy and everybody else to be breaking down and saying, what you all doing? If we tell you, we got to kill you. Now, you know I don't want y'all to tell the people if you tell them, you got to kill them. So we got to make sure that everybody in the building get healthy. Now these tomatoes came from my garden. I got a super garden. I should have took the pictures and showed y'all the pictures. My collards are way up like this. I got Swiss chard. I got tomato plants way up like this. And these came from the garden. These tomatoes. So I'm writing a book, and in the book I talk about my seniors on the north side, and I came up with the name of the building they were in, but it was a fictitious name. But the building was over here in Clybourne, because you know the book is supposed to be nice. Guess what the name of the building is? Everbloom. Not Evergreen, but Everbloom Plaza. Now, was that pretty close? This is Evergreen. So I'm going to make sure. Now, we're going to do 2 things. I'm going to let you all drink some water, and then you tell me how nice how smooth this water is. This water is so smooth, though. This water is like silk. It's so smooth it goes down your throat. It goes down your throat so smooth. And then I'm going to let you taste this tomato.
Where do you buy the water?
Well, what we're going to talk about, we're going to be talking about trying to get this water here for y'all building. Yeah, because the machine costs $4,000. But we're going to be talking to the people that's taking care of y'all building to have them pay for it. And then you all just come maybe, pay $1 for a gallon or something like that. And then you come down and get the water, everybody get the water, everybody starts feeling better. And this water is so smooth. This water is so smooth. This water is, I've been drinking this water for years. I gave some to a friend of mine. He said, that water is so smooth. You taste this water. You tell me if that water is not smooth.
Very smooth.
Soft, light. It's light water, which means when it comes down, it's going to help you digest and get rid of the acid that's causing your organs work. Now, I'm not going to forget her. She's special in my heart, because she said, she's special in my heart because we got to get it better. All right. So now it's time to taste. It's time to taste the tomatoes. It's the tomato taste. We're gonna have 2. You're gonna taste 2 different tomatoes. You're gonna taste one with regular water. Then you're gonna taste another one with the tomato. Now, I'm gonna take some of these tomatoes and I'm gonna put them in this water.
So you get in your big middle.
Okay, now I'm gonna take some of these tomatoes, put in the water. Okay, now.
It's different.
It's different.
It's super water, it's better water let me say this. The Japanese have been drinking this water for over 75 years,
Wow.
and their elders are healthier than anybody in the world.
Wow.
The average Japanese from 80 to 100 body is moving like 40 and 45. They're not on canes, they're not on walkers, they're not in wheelchairs because they have this super water. Is it about time we have it? Do we deserve it?
Oh, yeah.
How can we buy the water?
You say what?
How can we buy the water?
Well, the water, we're going to talk to the building about the building getting the water, the bottle, the machine for you all.
How can we buy the water?
Well, once we get off the machine, well, it's the only way you can get the water, it's through the machine. And the machine got to come into the building.
They're not gonna buy it, they're not gonna buy it.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna stay positive. Because I heard that the people that take care of you all, they're gonna be looking out for you all. Now, who gonna ask them to keep looking out for you all? You all. Once you finish drinking this water, you gonna ask the people, you're gonna say, you know about that machine that Dr. Hapi came, and he said you all might be getting it. Well, we ready to receive it. Now, I'm gonna put some tap water in here. So you're gonna taste one tomato with tap water, one tomato with the super water. You tell me which tomato tastes best, with the tap water or the super water. Okay, now this is in the tap water. This is tomato in the tap water. And this is tomato in the super water. Now this right here, I'm going to do another test, and I'll do this test after I let you taste this water. Now, when we drink tap water has a lot of chemicals in it. It has chlorine in it. Chlorine is bad for your heart. If I ask you all to go to the laundry room and get some bleach and put it in the water and give it to your grandchildren, would you do that? Well, the tap water, when you drink tap water, that's like what you're doing. They have to put the chlorine in the water to get it from where they're sending it from through all the pipes to get it here. And it has chlorine, and the chlorine is bad for the heart. So what happens is the machine that we're talking about, it strips the chlorine off out of the water. There's no chlorine. And so this test is going to show us how chlorine, if you're cooking with water, tap water, you're cooking your food with bleach, with chlorine. And that can add to the food instead of being healthy, delicious, the food still could be not being as good for you because, again, you're taking chemicals in the body that they're using to get the water to you so that you don't have a lot of microbes that might kill you when you're coming through the pipes. Okay. So.
Did you just eat the tomato?
Yeah. These tomatoes are so good, but they're even better with the water. So now, who's going to be the tomato tester? Okay, I forgot my guy over here because we got to give him some money. Okay, now you take that tomato out of there. When you chew that tomato, now one of you always pick, okay, you right on here. Okay, now you're going to take that tomato, eat that tomato, and you're going to and then you're going to just eat the tomato and see how it tastes. It's from my garden. Okay. Then we're going to try the other. This is not bad, right?
Tastes like my dad.
Tastes like your dad. He's a farmer. He's a gardener.
He was a farmer, yeah.
So you see what I'm saying? You know. Now, taste one of these tomatoes. This is from the super water. Now this is from the super water. You taste this one. See, this one, the super water, helps the tomato taste better. It helps all the food that you prepare, it helps it to taste better and to be healthier. Now you can drink the water too, because this is super water. This is super water. Now whenever we carry this water, we carry it in special containers. This container here is a special plastic. It has number 7 on it. And number 7 says it does not have any of that bisphenol A chemical in there. And the bisphenol chemical, they passed the act. This is the Congress. Some time ago, for all the companies, food companies, to take the bisphenol A out, but they have not done it. If they do it, when you buy that can of food, on there it will be a label says BPA free, which means no bisphenol. Right, no bisphenol A in there. Now what I noticed at Whole Food, they are now showing that label. Well, who is Whole Food? Is that supposed to be a better store than the others? Supposed to be. Supposed to be. They got some organic vegetables and fruits there, right? And so this particular food is improved with this type of water, and this chemical, they sell this bottle at Whole Food. This bottle, or a stainless steel bottle, or a glass bottle, is the only way you should be drinking your water, not in the plastic. Because what we're seeing now, the plastic is causing so much toxic and so much chemical and so much extra garbage that is now in the ocean, full of this plastic, killing the animals in the ocean, and the plastic is bad for the environment. So this is a plastic that does not have any bisphenol A in it. So this is what we carry our water in. This plastic. And you can only get this bottle like at Whole Food and some other healthier stores like that.
But it should have the 7 on the triangle underneath. Then you'd be looking for BPA free with the 7.
So this is the symbol right down here where this triangle is that says number 7. All kinds of packaging that you all are using, if you don't see that number 7 on there, don't buy it, because it has the bisphenol A that can cause you to be getting the cancer. And in Canada, they banned it completely. They won't let these bottles be over there for the children, for the elders, for anyone. But Canada is more progressive when we talk about health, because they have universal health. So the government really has to make sure that those people are exposed to certain dangers that could affect them, that the government got to take care of their health.
And then we put the bottled water into those bottles?
Yes.
The bottled water?
Yes, this bottle, and you get the water from the machine, you take it up, you cook with the water, you drink the water. Special bottle.
And you can't put those, the bottled water like this in there?
No, this bottled water has that chemical. What is it called? Bisphenol A. And that chemical, they found, is giving the people the cancer.
Did you want anybody else to try the tomatoes?
So anybody else want to try the tomatoes? How was the tomato? Could you tell the difference?
The ones, I can tell the difference, yes, but look like the ones before was sweeter than that.
Okay, that's how it
Look
looks.
like the one was more Niagara, Niagara, this one was more sweeter, but you can tell the difference in taste.
In the taste, you can tell the
Yeah.
difference. Okay.
The first one was more sweeter, but this one was considered different.
In the taste, right. So it's the taste that we're looking at,
Yeah.
with the water, with the water. Yes.
Why didn't you say that? I'm not heard this before. I heard.
Well,
Talk about it on the news, I didn't talk about it.
This is a great question. She said, how come you all haven't heard about this before? When it's kind of like this. These kind of issues do come up, but you might miss it. So we had a report we have this report. You see this? What this report says?
BPA buyers be aware.
Okay.
Beware of
Okay.
toxic BPA and.
This is a whole report that they did in Canada about this chemical. What do this says? BPA what?
And kids can't vote.
So we're giving our kids the chemical. Now they're getting cancer, and then we're taking it. And you see these cans down here? All of these have bisphenol A in there. Bisphenol A, and then in all those bottles. So if you're using those bottles to receive your water, and you're using these cans to receive your food, and you're getting the bisphenol A, and now you're getting cancer, we have to rule out where is the cancer coming from. So let me show you how I ruled it out. I don't eat any of these cans. I don't drink no water from those bottles. So if some cancer had come up on me, it would have had to come out of the air, like I was someplace that might have had asbestos, or might have had some other chemicals that had got it. But it wouldn't have come from the water I drink or the food that I eat, because I eat food from an organic garden. I grow my food in the backyard. I know it's organic. This water comes from the machine in my sink. When I drink it, it goes down smooth, and my body feels it to every cell in my body. So I'm protecting myself. So what this is saying, buyer beware, you must protect yourself. Because if you don't, and you don't know about this, you're just a victim that just became a victim because you didn't know. Yes.
You said the water come from the, what in your sink?
The machine, the
Okay,
faucet,
you have
from the
a-
faucet. Well, actually, it's a separate cutoff valve that's put on the faucet
Yeah, I have,
underneath,
yeah,
and the machine is attached to that.
okay. Because I was thinking similar, because, we had a guy that put the thing on too, like the water spout.
Spout.
And, came from on the bottom, but it wasn't the super water. I don't think.
Right, yeah, the super water is the only water we drink. Now, there are 3 levels. This machine, it creates 3 levels of the super water, so you start out with the lighter level. And the stronger level is the purple. This is the stronger one, right here. When it gets to the purple, that means you are really getting some super water with the oxidative reduction potential to flush the acid out of your body that's causing inflammation and infection. So then when we look at the water, we say, well, this water I should be drinking how often? How often do you all drink water? How often?
Like every 2 hours.
Whenever you're thirsty.
Whenever you're thirsty, but even before then. Whenever you're thirsty, you already
Every 2 hours.
dehydrated. See, when you're thirsty, you already dehydrated.
I drink it like every 2 hours.
You should be drinking it every 2 hours.
5 bottles of water a day.
Oh, that's good. But what kind of water is it? See, so this is what we're talking, that's why we're teaching you about the water, because she said, how come you all don't know about this?
Yeah.
Because nobody is coming in to teach you about it. These are reports, government reports, that's telling us how bad the water is in these plastic bottles that we're drinking every day, and it's slowing up our metabolism. So in here, this goes into talking about the whole study, and that we're going to leave a copy of this. So if you want to study this and see how much of the BPA is in the different companies and how this plastic is breaking us down and giving us cancer, you will be able to learn about it. Okay? So,
You might talk about the clean water, or how the use of clean water, the acid water, and stuff like that.
Sir, she wants to know what level is the water that we are drinking now.
you're drinking the 8.5. Yes, this is the 9.5.
And also,
So the water, what happens, when you first start drinking the water, you're drinking it not at the highest dose, a little lower. But over time, within 3 weeks or a month, you should be drinking the highest dose water, the strongest water. So the machine creates different kind of waters. And as I had stated before, it creates one water called neutral water. This is the water you take when you take your medication with neutral. Neutral water is like nursery water for babies. So the machine makes that water, it makes another water for your skin, it makes another water to kill the microbes, it makes 3 waters for you to drink, and when you get to the highest water, this is what you are drinking. Super water. And the super water, it's very easy for you to drink half your body weight in a day's time and feel it flushing through your system, getting the acid out, helping inflammation decrease in your body. Because it's the acid that's making your body get inflammation. It's the acid that's making us tired. It's the acid that's taking our vitality away. And it's the acid that's destroying our systems. So the more we're alkaline with the oxidative reduction potential, the greater we can be healthy. How do I know? Because I already worked with some elders on the south side. I already worked with some elders here on the north side years ago. And I've already started working with the elders on the west side. So this building was picked because Cassandra, you know Cassandra, right? Yes. Her mom is in the building.
Well, Jerry's in the building.
What's the
Cassandra.
last name?
Cassandra Greer. Jerry's here for.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to you guys in 1 minute. I'll explain who she is and everything.
Okay. But anyway, she's the one that said she's gonna look out for you all.
Okay.
And so the thing is, what we should do, we should have you all start telling everybody else in the building about your experience today. And then perhaps we'll come back, because we wouldn't want to bring this expensive equipment here if everybody don't know about it, right? So we want to come back, and we want more people to taste the water, know about the water, know about the, what is this called? BPA. What is the term? Bisphenol. Bisphenol A. It's epoxy. It's an epoxy, which means it's derived from the oil. The oil is what, just like that's what plastic comes from. But it's toxic to the body. That would be like if I asked my brother right here, I said, I want you to drink this water, and this water was just cleaned with the paintbrushes. I want you to drink it. Would you drink that water if it was clean with the paintbrush, with the paint on there?
Oh, no.
Paint is in the water.
Yes, I would.
Do you think he would drink that kind of water?
He's a joker.
No.
No, he wouldn't. He'd be trying to be funny.
Yeah.
He'd be trying to be funny. Well, he's a jokester. Ha ha ha. So yeah, that was pretty good. He got me. You got me pretty good.
If
Yes.
I may ask a question, because it's just recently that I stopped drinking the alkaline water.
Mm-hmm.
So now, the alkaline water, say for instance, you buy from Costco, it's in a
Right.
different type of plastic, and it says on the bottom, no BPA.
Okay, that water is better,
Okay.
but does it have oxidative reduction potential? No, because see, water that comes from the machine, you can't put it on the shelf. That water is only good for 24 to 48 hours.
It's
You
ionized.
gotta drink that water right away. That water is like real vegetable juice. It will spoil in a short time. 24 to 48 hours. As soon as you bring that water out of the faucet, you should be drinking it because it's that vital. But the other waters on the shelf, they don't have that. So that's why they could be on the shelf however long. They could be under heat, whatever, all of that. So we're looking at oxidative reduction potential to give us this super water that when we drink it, we can be getting healthier. Now, how many people in this building you think want to get healthy? How many people in this building you starting to see on canes? How many people in this building starting to be on walkers? How many people in this building starting to slow up something? Right? So we're here to help you all become super healthy or super seniors, like the south side, the west side. Now, which side is the best side?
North side.
Which side did I start with first? Which side did I start with first?
South side.
The north side in 1975. So who am I gonna be favorite to? The north side. Now, are you all worthy?
Of course.
Are y'all worthy of the super water?
Of course.
Y'all worthy of being healthier?
Yes.
Not coming up with no surprise of prostate cancer and breast cancer and colon cancer. Okay. Well, we're gonna talk to Sister Cassandra, And then we're gonna have you all start spreading the word in the building. Can you all do that?
Of course.
Can you tell all your friends? The ones, how many of you all play cards at this table?
I don't think.
Okay, I don't play cards.
I don't know.
But how many of you all know some seniors that be playing cards, big whiz, and all of them? Well, just tell them, tell the one that got the biggest mouth. Tell them, so they can tell everybody else. Because we want all of you all to be as healthy as I am. Now, if I'm 75,
That's a recent cane person. He wasn't using a cane before.
but it show what? It show he's losing strength. He's losing strength. And in the work that I do, we can bring that strength back. We can.
He isn't here to listen to what's going on.
Well, he's a wise man. This one here, the other one, he might not be as wise, but wise people come to find out. That's why you all are here. You all are the wise people. I was the wise one to not listen to what that doctor said and go find some other answers. Because if I had listened to that doctor, I would be dead 25 years ago. But instead of being dead, I got super breathing because I drink super water, I eat super food from my garden, and it keeps me super vital. So I be feeling like a young 25. Like what did I tell you? My senior said, see you what? See you later, baby. That's how she be moving. She be moving like that. They sit at the back of the room. I call them up. She be coming up like this. And then when she get ready to come back, she be like she trying to dance. She be going. Like she trying to do yeah, one of them dances. I say, don't be showing out. Don't be showing out. So you all have any questions? I am a vegan. You all heard of this, plant-based. I eat from the garden. My diet changed completely. I eat my green vegetables, I eat my other vegetables. I say green beans, mushrooms, berries, nuts, and seeds. This is what I eat. And out of that, I still eat food from other cultures. I eat Indian food from the Indians, the best of their foods. I eat food from the Greeks, the best of their foods. I eat food from the Italians, the best of their foods. I eat the food from the Arabs, the best of their foods. Yes, but now that's another meaning. Because in the pasta there's something called gluten. And what we didn't know, that in 1950s they changed the wheat on us. In 1950. And when they changed this wheat, they created a wheat that was a hybrid. And it has 10 times the amount of gluten. And what it does, it disrupts your digestion so you can't eliminate, so you start gaining a lot of weight from this gluten food. And in River Forest, where I live in Oak Park, the people in River Forest told the jewel store, they don't want all that gluten food. They changed 3,500 foods.
Wow.
3,500 foods. Because the white people out there are very informed. And so they told their jewelers, now the jewelers on Ridgeland and Madison, they got all the bad food. Now who you think shop at the jewelers on Ridgeland and Madison? It's close to Austin. I'm giving you a hint here. Who live in Austin? We do. So we eat that food over in Oak Park, and so in that particular store, the people are getting sick. So if there's no other questions,
So you look on some food and they say gluten-free.
that's what's happening. The same thing with this BPA. If you look on cans, if it don't say BPA free, you know it has what? Bisphenol A in there. And if you eat the bisphenol A, especially if it's heated up, it's going to release that chemical that is a hormone disruptor. It is a hormone disruptor, which means it disrupts your estrogen and can give you cancer of the breast. If that's why in Canada, that's why it's banned. Even the baby bottles are banned. So did you all learn a little bit today?
Yes, we
And
did.
even when you go to the store, you could see the bottle of water. They have
None
regular
of those
water
waters
and
are the
they
good
have
waters.
Purified water.
So, Doc,
But the bottle is bad. None of those are good. They don't, and they do not have the oxidative reduction potential, which means it is reducing the oxidation on your cells. See, when your cells got too much oxidation, your cells start breaking down quicker. When your cells break down, you start getting inflammation and infection. And when you start having problems with your kidneys, problems with your pancreas, problems with your liver, that's because you have oxidative stress from the acid that you put in your body from all the acidic foods that we've eaten. And they're going to cause the loss of oxygen to those cells, and those cells are going to be starving for the oxygen, and the cells are going to break down with inflammation and break down with organ dysfunction.
So Doc, so that's the difference between the alkaline versus the ionized versus the alkaline ionized one.
So this is the difference. When you go to the store to buy the alkaline bottle, it doesn't have the oxidative reduction potential, which is the ionizing water that comes through the machine. If you have water that's ionizing and it doesn't have the alkalizing, then it's not changing the pH in your body, because your body works at a high pH. And when that pH gets lower, that's when we call it anaerobic. That's when the microbes start coming. That's when the cancer comes. That's when the infection comes. That's when the pain comes. That's when all of these symptoms come to deplete us of our vitality, to take the strength out of our bodies, to give us the pain so that our bodies can be in pain and suffering, and to take the function out of our bodies so the strength of our limbs can allow us to move like we moved when we were in our 30s. Even better. How about us moving like a 12-year-old and doing some double dutch, jump rope? Some of my seniors on the north side, when I turned them on to the water and the food, they'd be like,
I don't think I can go so far now.
they was hitting like that. Now, I'm not saying that you all gonna get it like that,
Can go like that now.
but you can get a lot better. You might be the one doing like this. Well, right now, you might not be able to do that. So, as you get better with the water and the food, you will be able to do more. That's the whole thing. How much better can you get? How much better can your body improve? How much better can you feel the vitality that you felt when you were in your 20s? That's what this gives you. Now, I'm not saying you're going to feel as good as 20, but how about we feel as good as 30? Would that be okay?
Oh, yes.
You get up and you say, what you say? See you what? What you say? See you later, baby. See you later, I'm going. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. When you work in this, your grandchildren, you got grandchildren, you tell them, you say, because you be feeling so much better, walking better, breathing better. You say, okay, now keep up with me, because otherwise I'm going to have to leave you.
That's what I tell line now.
See, but you'll be telling them more. And then we got to, as you improve, then your breathing improve. Then you have a breathing technique we teach you. Then you start telling the babies, breathe with me, baby. Especially the 2 or 3 year olds, the ones got all that energy. And they start breathing with you. Next thing they say, Grandma, I'm getting sleepy. Keep breathing, baby. Keep breathing. I'm getting sleepy. You can put them to sleep. Just like when the baby's crying, he's actually doing a special breathing. Afterwards, he got to go to sleep because he didn't have his workout. And all these workouts every day with the crying, he's getting stronger and stronger until he becomes that turtle 23. So if there's no more questions, I want you to give yourselves a round of applause for your participation. I hope you learned some stuff. We'll get back with you all.
We didn't taste the tomato.
She didn't test
Oh,
it.
you want to taste the
They all want their
tomato?
tomatoes.
Okay. Let's put the tomato in the water.
You know what? I have a question. That question is, all of this is known by the government. Why are they allowing such foods and waters and products to come over the market? It has been tested by the government prior to it getting to the stores to us.
This is a super question. Now let me ask you. Back to this right here. What did this? Wait, not this one. The other one. The one that I gave you. The one that said buyer beware.
Okay,
Do you see that? Buyer beware.
It's right here.
We're gonna leave this with you.
Okay.
Now, what this is saying, this is a report. This is a report. Just like when Trump when he had all the Proud Boys come into the, they came into DC, and they went into the House of Representatives, and they disrupted everything. They did a report on that. It took them over a year. This is a report. It says buyer beware. So if I ask you the question, how come the government let the cigarettes still be sold? Because again, this is a capitalist country. And the government is all about capital, it's about businesses, letting business thrive. But, however, if we know that this is dangerous,
That's individual decision.
it's your individual decision. The government say, we'll put it here, but it tells the company, put on there, beware. It could be dangerous. So once they put it on the pack, that removes them from responsibility. It's up to you. When you get ready to buy this, is this dangerous? Well, if you didn't know about the BPA, you wouldn't know it's dangerous. But now you know. So now every can you look at, you're going to say it's BPA free. If not, that could be leading to me getting cancer in the future. I'm not eating. I'm going to Whole Food where they got this company called 365, one of their brand names. And you'll see bisphenol, you'll see BPA free. You will know those foods are healthier for you. So all I'm saying, as we become informed, as myself, I protect myself. I'm not dependent on the government. I used to smoke cigarettes. I quit. I used to eat all the foods that made me get the sarcoidosis. I quit. Now I eat the finest of foods from the garden. I drink the finest of water from the machine. I feel the finest in my physical, feeling so good. It's like, see you later, baby. So if I'm 75 and I'm feeling this vital, you think I might make it to 100?
Yeah.
What you think? There's a great chance if I'm 75. Plus, if I'm 75 and I am not on one medication, how many brothers do you know by the time they get 70, they're on high blood pressure, they got diabetes, they got arthritis, they got this, that, and the other, they got prostate problems. Some of your friends, some of their husbands got these problems, or they have already died. They count us out. They think by 74, average one of you all should be dead. By 70, the average African American male should be dead. Well, guess what? We now are in the program of the revolutionary new life health. And that all of us that step in this direction, we're going to be the last one standing. We're going to be standing in front of the sun like this in the wintertime. Leg crossed, looking cool. We're going to be looking around, then when it's time to step, we're going to have our boots on in the winter, breathing nice and strong. It feels good out here. This is wonderful. Getting my fresh breath. Oh yeah. I need that. Now, you rather that being vital or somebody sitting in the chair, they all broke down. They're like, oh, about to have a heart attack. They're like, oh wow. What we eating for dinner? Well, we're gonna eat some of this canned food. Well, what we drinking? We drinking some of this water from this bottle. Now you think they don't?
Get some pizza.
Yeah, some pizza, deep-pan pizza, because they don't know. And the pizza is very acidic, which means it's gonna rob you of oxygen. And so that's where they'll be, unless they're informed. So now that we're informed, should we be informing them? The government, if the government not gonna inform them, now that you are informed, now you gonna inform all your neighbors on your floor? Are you gonna make sure that they know about this? No.
Doc, so did you get the vaccine?
No.
You didn't get COVID either.
So the thing is that right now we're having our problems with staying healthy. People are still masking up. They say the COVID is coming back. I knew of 5 people last week that got cold from got the COVID. So you see this around my neck? This is a device that puts out the air that prevents me from getting COVID. And they use this on the airplane, because on the airplane they got recirculated air. Anytime we go on the airplane, we got this and we're breathing this, and this is protecting us from the COVID. Did anybody know about this? This is the ionizer. Everybody should have one of these if they're not masked up. Everybody. Now normally, When you see me, you might see me in a mask. You come to my office, I'm masked down, I'm testing you, I'm screening you, I'm checking your pressure, your temperature. I'm checking everything. I'm masked down with a mask like that.
How do you get those?
Well, you buy them. I'm buying at Walmart's.
Oh,
At Walmart's, right.
What is that called?
This is called an ionizer also. This is an air ionizer. And what this does, it puts up a air that will protect you. Then this costs $150. So then they have a spray you spray up in the nose, and this spray protects you from the COVID when you go out to be around the people. And then they have a solution, a cream you put on your hands, so if you touch something with the COVID, you won't get the COVID. Do you all need to know about that?
Yeah.
So I got to get y'all that brochure, because some other friends of mine who are in public health, they did a whole brochure where they breaking it down for you, and they're gonna make sure that you're protected from the COVID by putting the solution on you, by having the spray to go up in your nose and everything to protect you from getting the COVID.
I think the concoction, that's it.
Huh?
Concoction, remember?
Oh,
You have something like that to help you?
Doctor, with the
No, I don't
tomato.
have anything except for, some remedies
Yeah,
that we've been taking.
Oh, that you've been
She and I.
taking.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we're from Mississippi.
Oh, what remedy is this?
what is ginger?
Ginger, yes.
The, turmeric.
Turmeric, ginger, turmeric.
And,
Honey and vanilla. And you make that.
Vanilla, and what was the third
Vanilla
one?
flavor.
And what was the third
Honey.
one? Honey.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Raw
that
honey.
that is real good, because that will decrease your inflammation.
Uh-huh.
That is very good.
Uh-huh.
How much of the ginger are you taking?
You mix the concoction,
You mix
and
it up.
then you take a teaspoon
A
of
teaspoon.
that per day.
Every
Or
day?
you can make a tea out of it
Okay,
and
tea.
drink it like that.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
okay, this is good, this is good. So, we gotta get ready to end the session
But they want
only
the
because
tomatoes
time
back.
has ran out. Now, we did say we was gonna let you all have
Right,
it to me.
so that's the seawater tomato.
Alright, now, this is the, now, you got one too?
No, I didn't get one.
Okay,
That's the
okay, now
superwater
that's the
tomato on
tap.
your right.
This is the
This
tap.
is tap
Wait,
water.
wait,
No,
wait,
no,
wait,
tap's on
wait,
your
wait.
left.
Yeah, this tap, I wanna show something else though.
Okay.
Oh,
Pour the tap back, pour that water back. I wanna show one more thing
Uh-huh.
with this. Here, if I take this is a solution that tells us if chlorine is in this water. So, let's see. Now, if there's chlorine, I should be able to put it under something white, and we should be able to see.
It's not the superwater.
Is the other water? This one looks
No, that's, I see yellow.
Is this more chlorine, you think?
Yeah, that's yellow.
This is the one with the chlorine. Can you tell the difference in the two?
An empty one first. Dark.
The first one seems to be a little more yellowish.
First.
Clear.
Okay, she's gonna get she's gonna get some more water.
Now, my question to you,
Mm-hmm.
because, I don't really drink tap water like this. I've been drinking the, ionized water, alkaline water, and I get it at Costco.
Yeah, but see if it's ionized without being alkalized, without being oxidative reduction potential, it's not gonna have the, it's not gonna be able to reduce the chemicals in your
Inflammation
body.
and consistent.
It's not gonna be able to do it.
But would you say that that's better than drinking regular water from a bottle?
It is good.
Okay.
So there's your chlorine. This is your bleach that's in the tap water. And this is what you're putting your vegetables in to cook.
Now, does boiling do any good anymore for the tap
Well,
water?
well, see, the boiling helps some. If you boil that pot all the way out, it'll be white, right? Which are your chemicals. Those are your toxins and chemicals. And so we say, well, if you boil the water, is that the better water? Well, the boiled water, it might get some of the bleach out, but it won't get the other stuff. So that's why through the machine, it has a filter to get all of the chemicals out. It gets the bleach out, it gets the lead out, it gets the fluorine out, it gets the chemicals from pharmaceutical drugs, it gets chemicals from the environment. All of them are cleaned out of the water. That's the water we're drinking. So
how soon can we expect you
Well,
to
we
come
have-
back here with us?
well, I think perhaps, I think perhaps, how long do you all think you'll get the word out? So you gotta get the word out, because when I come back, this room gotta be full of folks. Right? Because in order to get the machine, they're gonna wanna make sure that you all are informed. And if you all are not informed, they're not gonna be buying no machine for you that costs $4,000 if you're not gonna be drinking the water.
Don't hold
So
your
we
breath.
gotta educate the people first.
Don't hold your
Just,
breath with these people.
well, again, you got two kind of people.
Yeah.
You got the people that wanna be healthy. Now, we call them the seekers. They really wanna be healthy, and they're willing to do more than the other people. We call the other people, guess what? The sinkers. Which means if you are not getting more vital and healthier as you move through life, you are what? Going down. You're slipping into the quicksand. And you're slipping into suffering. Now, nobody wants to suffer.
Oh no.
So, but we must inform. Like she said, how come you all don't know about this? How come the government haven't told you all about this? How come you all don't know about this report? And this report has been out for some years. How many people are your friends you think might have died from cancer who might have not if they hadn't known about the bisphenol A in the cans and in the bottles? How many do you think that you've been going to their funerals?
My husband died from cancer.
So you see what I'm saying?
He died from brain cancer.
This is what I'm saying. So this is what I'm saying. As I inform you all, you got to tell your friends. Everybody in this building should be coming down here to find out about it, so that everybody has a chance to be healthier, just like the people on the south side. I got some healthy 80-year-olds. I got an 88-year-old on the west side. She's so vital. She breathes better than y'all heard of LeBron James. He's a basketball. He's a super basketball player, like Michael Jordan. He's like a Michael Jordan. My 88-year-old breathes better than him, and she's not running up and down no courts because she's in our Super Well program. See, we have a whole program called the Super Well program, and in this program, everything you do is heading you toward getting healthy. Your body starts changing. Your organs start working better. You start losing weight. You start feeling better, moving better. Everything gets better. Do we need to get better?
Yes.
Or worse? Because the worse we go, we're heading toward the nursing home. Right? Some of your friends in this building taking care of themselves, as they break down, they're heading toward the nursing home. You ever been to a nursing home where you ringing the bell and nobody's coming to check on you?
I work in a nursing home.
So you know how they do. You know how they do. So that's why it's important for everybody to be informed. That's why I'm coming. Educate yourself. That's why I'm bringing information. And then being aware, so that you, when you see these symbols on these bottles, you know, oh, this is bisphenol A free, or I can use that bottle. Oh, this can of food here is bisphenol free. If it doesn't have the symbol, I'm not eating that food even if they gave it to me free at the food bank. Because if it's going to head me toward cancer, I don't want to contribute to giving myself cancer. So I'm thinking, will it take 2 weeks for you all to tell everybody? How long will it take for you all to tell everybody? You need a flyer? You need us to print a flyer up and you put it on everybody's door? Could you all do that?
Yes.
And tell them it's important. SOS, Mayday, urgency, Paul Revere is coming back to tell the warning. Who's Paul Revere? Dr. Hapi.
Doc,
Yes.
so I just noticed this bottle doesn't even have a number in its recycle.
See, this bottle, oh, this is terrible. This bottle is not even telling you what number it is. But you see the color of it. This is the color of it. Which means this water will make you sick. It don't even have a number. That's how much they get away with it. The government's not making them tell what's in this water. Which means bisphenol A is definitely way up in that water.
It's purified.
This one here said no BPA.
Oh, do it?
Uh-huh, it does.
Let me see.
Where is it?
Which one is
No
that?
BPA.
Which one is that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, which
This
one is
is
that?
good.
Which
This
one
is
is
good.
that?
There's no BPA in these bottles.
Which one?
In this bottle here. Yeah, this bottle right here.
Why is there a diagonal with no
Oh,
number in
okay,
it?
sure is.
Yeah, so that the bottle is okay. The bottle is okay. No, it doesn't have that chemical. But
So now I'm going on no BPA.
no, this is good. This is what you'll be drinking until we get the machine. When we get the machine, then you move to the price. But here's the thing.
But they got purified
Even though it's no
water
BPA,
there.
here's the problem.
Oh,
It's a low pH.
It's a low pH.
See, that yellow mean it's not even helping your food digest well.
Exactly.
That's what that yellow right here. This is what showed up that the water, here's the difference in the two water.
That's
This
it.
is the water that's in your
That came
bottle.
out the same.
This is the water from the machine. Nobody knows this is really what the water is like on the inside. Nobody knows unless they did the test.
Now, can I say something?
Yes.
Is that the tap water?
Is this
that-
the tap
that
water
cup
here?
is yellow?
No, the tap water is this one here. This one is the tap water right here. This is the tap water.
Oh, my goodness.
See, this is like a greenish.
That looked like chlorine in a swimming pool.
Yeah, this is chlorine in here. Yes, I showed you this. This is the chlorine right here. We're drinking this stuff. And
That came from the bottled water. The yellow came from the
yeah,
bottled water.
that's what I was telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have the chlorine, and then we have the yellow from the bottled water. Here's the yellow. This is the yellow from.
Now,
from
was it from this particular bottle of water?
yes.
Yes.
That's what we're testing with over here.
Okay.
So yeah, so it doesn't have the pH. So even though it's no bisphenol A, that water is still not doing anything for you. It's not helping your body digest the food. That's what water's supposed to
The pH level
do.
that we're looking for is,
It's a 9.5.
and this
And
water
the color is like this. When you get this, it'll look like this color, amethyst. Beautiful amethyst color.
is
Beautiful amethyst color. That's what you be drinking, the super water. And it flushes you better, so it helps you digest your food.
It's better.
No, it's not there yet.
It's
So
not
this
done.
water is not flushing, it's not helping you digest your food.
Right, it's doing something.
But the alkaline
Okay,
is.
we had a question, Mr. Moneyman, he had a question.
He said, Mr. Money.
Now, you say that water, okay,
No, it's not. It's better than.
but.
But it's not.
Is it good because, it's not good because it's in the plastic, right?
No, the plastic was okay, but the water itself is not the best, because that water should have been
No.
purple, but it was yellow. It tested yellow. So it's not helping you digest your food. So if you digest the food, if you digest your food, your diaphragm will get flat. That's you digesting your food. But if you're drinking the wrong water, you can't digest food, your diaphragm, your whole body.
I'm looking for the pH level on this water, and I don't see it.
You won't find it on
No,
that.
but that's why it's not on there. It's not telling us, even though it's saying no bisphenol A, it's not telling us about the pH. But we
Right,
see
not-
it's a low pH because we have our screen.
The sheet is like-
We have our screen,
It's a-
and the screen shows us the color. It shows us the color, which is here. It shows us the color. Okay.
So you say you get better?
You can, no, it's a machine. So we're trying to get the machine here in the building for you all. Because we have that on the south side. We have senior places that they got the super water in the places that people are
I heard
healthy.
that, that's what we.
No,
said.
you said it was.
This bottle is good because it says no.
Well, we're gonna work on it, but you gotta tell everybody in here though, because we're not gonna bring the machines for everybody don't know about it. Because otherwise, it's not gonna be fair.
It's not, for me, it's not about knowing about, it's about.
Right, well, we're gonna talk to them. We're gonna try to get the machine for you.
Yes, you said machine. It does the water, how does it work?
Comes out, you know how water comes out of your sink? Comes out from the water pipe from the basement, or from where the water comes into the building. So there, they attach a separate cutoff valve. So you have to come up. It's like you got,
Sorry, just that detects the water that's coming in.
no, once it comes in the machine, you have to come to the machine and hold the cup under the machine, not the faucet. Under the machine. machine. The machine has a spout,
So
it's like the
filter
faucet.
out, the filter out
Yes.
the things that right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, it's a separate
entity.
entity that's bringing cold water, just like cold
Right.
water comes from your faucet.
Exactly.
Except it's coming through the machine. When it comes out, it becomes sewer. So I want to thank you all. We have a new person here. She just missed the presentation. Did she miss something?
Yes, you did.
Did she miss it? Was it good? Did I do a good job? Did I educate you all? Are you gonna spread the word? What's the chemical we gotta be protective of?
BPA.
BPA. Because BPA causes what? Cancer of the breast and of the prostate for men and women, and it's banned in Canada. It's banned. Yes, we have. Yes, we got this booklet. This is a report on it. We got a whole report on this, and we're gonna be educating more people in the building, because I'm writing a book, I'm writing a book about a building of seniors. And the name of the building is Everbloom. Everbloom, like Evergreen, you all are so you're gonna be the new building that's gonna be in my book, that everybody gonna be getting healthy. Would that be all right? Would that be okay if we let y'all in on it? Would y'all share the word? It's better than money. If you got health, it's better than money.
Oh, yeah.
So how far are
Thank you very much for coming.
You're
Okay, I
welcome.
have to go see my
Okay,
son.
you're gonna tell everybody in the building?
I shall.
Okay.
Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. Thank you.
So
Thank
I
you.
was saying, how far are you completed?
Well, we're just in the beginning. This was the first session. We had to come and inform you all about the water, about the machine, and now we gotta talk to them again. And then you all say, okay, we heard Dr. Hapi, we want that machine. That's what you all gotta come up with. We want the machine in the building because we don't want to die from cancer and all that stuff.
Didn't you say you're gonna give us the one that this one?
Wait a minute. This is a neighbor. She live in the building next door. Should we leave them out? Are we gonna help them too?
Of course, they're always invited.
Is y'all connected?
Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna be connected. Don't worry, you're gonna be in like Flint. All right, so I thank you all so much. I'm gonna give you all a big hand for being such a wonderful audience. I want you all to spread the word, because we are here to help everybody get healthier, because everybody, we want to be healthier like Dr. What's my name?
Happy.
Happy.
Did you say you have a thick booklet? That thick booklet you had?
I think Denise.
And did we leave that thick booklet, the thick one?
He only had one.
So how
We-
do you spell
we-
your name?
Hapi. Happy. Not happy. That's not happy enough. Not happy. That's a little happy. We say happy. That's a big happy. Because I'm supposed to have been dead 25 years ago, like Bernie Mac. He had a pocket full of money. Bernie Mac died because he didn't have the knowledge. Just like Steve Jobs, who created the Apple computer. He died at 56 from cancer because he didn't have the knowledge.
Didn't search for it.
Right. Now, how many cans of that BPA you think he was eating those days he was in his garage just working? How many of those that he did a quick meal? Let me get this can and just make a quick meal. How many of those you think he ate during that period of time that gave him cancer?
Didn't search for anything.
He didn't search, because again, what are you searching for if you don't even know what you're searching for? Just like she said, before I told you all about BPA, did you know bisphenol A? Did you know it's in your food, in your cans, in your bottles, and the bottles you're drinking the water out is giving you cancer? The food you're eating out of the cans is giving you cancer because of the chemical that's in there that disrupts your hormone, your estrogen hormone, and starts giving you cancer. All right, so I want to thank you all once again. You notice I'd be very excited about coming to share with y'all. Have you all noticed that, how excited I'd be about coming to share the knowledge with you all? Because every time I see one of you all getting healthier like me, I'll be ready to dance. I'll be like, yeah, we got to get some stepping going on in this building. Yeah.
Well, this is your first time coming
To this
see
building.
us.
Get the
But
business.
if you come
It
back
won't be the
again,
last.
If you come back again,
Uh-huh.
and then you see us all glowing and happy.
And the whole room full of people.
happy, then you will
I know we got
we
the,
are
I know
doing what you
that's
asked
right.
us to do.
That's right. When I see y'all happy, and I done got y'all the machine, then this room should be full. And then over in her building, they should be saying, can he come over here? Can him and Miss Charlton, can they come over to our building and tell everybody we don't want to be dying of cancer either. We want the best water, the best food, the best air, so that God can make our bodies feel super again, feel like it used to feel one more time, without pain and suffering. Do we deserve that?
Of course.
Yes, you do.
One question. I wanna know if the machine can sit right here, or does it have to be on the building?
You know, I actually.
No, it is machine inside the building,
Like in this room?
somewhere in here.
Can I ask just one more question?
Yes.
I know some friends of mine, they, boil their water and they claim that's good.
It's better than not. But again, it's not doing what water's supposed to do. See, water's supposed to flush the toxins out of our bodies that's giving us the diseases, that's putting us on the medication. So if you ask any of your friends, are you on medication? Then it tells us the water's not flushing them, the food they're eating is not the best food, because I eat the best food from where? My garden. I drink the water from where? The super machine. And I breathe the best air. Now the air that I breathe, there's a machine in my place that this same machine they use in outer space. They use this same machine for the people in outer space to breathe healthier, because they can't afford them astronauts to get sick. You think they can just send a spaceship up there and get them and bring them down to the clinic? So they got to have the best air, the best water, and to keep their bodies clean, because they eat concentrated dried food. They don't be eating like us. They can't store food up there. So I enjoyed you all tremendously, especially my man here. I really enjoyed you. What's your name? Clyde. I'm looking forward to seeing you again, Clyde. Okay, what's your name, brother? Randy? Raymond, it was a pleasure to meet both of you all. I don't see too many brothers. Y'all dropped it. So I'm glad y'all here, because we're going to get y'all up on the water so y'all be one of the last ones standing.
Did you want some? Did you want a glass?
Is she ready for me?
Yes.
I didn't know if you had one. You want Okay.
It was a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, it's called, it's ionized.
So I'm just gonna be really quick so that I don't bombard you all with all this information that you all received today. So really quick, peace and love, everyone. My name is Liddell. I'm the Director of Operations for the Nickolas Foundation, and I'm also a spokesperson for Legendary. Many of you have probably tried Legendary because we have bought it into the building. Today, I'm gonna tell you about it in 1 minute, give me 1 minute. Today, we don't have any product samples for you because we were getting new labels and things, and we were getting our okay to actually be able to support you all in it with the products. So Legendary is actually a cannabis line. It is a CBD line that we have out. We have body butters, we have CBD drops, and if anybody knows anything about CBD, it is a healing property. You do have CBD in your system, so it does assist you with healing. If you cut your skin grows back, it's because of the CBD that's in your system. It's regenerative. So what Legendary does is for our elders, we do have products such as our healing butters, which Denise can tell you about, as well as our drops that we will be bringing back into the Evergreen Towers for you all. So on the next wellness event that that Denise hosts for you all, We will be in the building with products for you all to get a chance to try out. So just give us a minute. We thank you. We want to encourage you all to continue your health and your wellness. If you all don't know, the elders are very important to us. We all need you. We rely on you, if you believe it or not. And thank you for your time. We shall be seeing you all soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I also have free some juice over here if anybody would like some juice.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, say it again? It's always healthy. But it's really, really good for you too. Would you like to try some?
You want another copy?
Yes.
It doesn't have many sugars, nor does it have many calories. So let me, it all depends on which kind you would like. So if you want to come to the table. Okay, just come and take a look at it and I'll assist you.
You got some water, but that's good. You got some water on it. There you go. It's nice to see. Thank you for participating.
Runs up and down the stairs. You know what we did? We had her show the breathing. We had her show the breathing to an athlete.
Would you like some juice?
So anyway, my neighbor showed me the breathing. That's one of the aspects we deal with, is that oh, strong. Breathing